Scientist Mondays with Miss Shirley.
Hey guys, it's Miss Shirley with the Wayne County Public Library for Mad Scientist Mondays, and I'm the children's librarian here. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do our crazy cookie laugh on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. So the first thing that we're going to do today is moon craters. So it's going to look like this, and I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it. So the prep time is 2 minutes. The experiment of the duration is 15 minutes. It is a mess meter of 3 because it's flour. And you don't need an adult, but I would recommend one be in the room with you because you know mess. So what we need is a large rimmed cookie sheet, which is our pie pan. That's what that is. You need flour. You need a teaspoon, but I skipped the teaspoon. You need a teaspoon. We need a ruler and small toys such as marbles, bouncy balls, and powders. So our science question for today is, what happens in space when a meteor collides with a planet? So, when you look at the moon, there are lots of spots, right? Tons of spots. Many of these spots are craters. Craters were formed by asteroids or comets crashing into the moon after being drawn to the moon by the moon's gravitational pull. Because the moon lacks an atmosphere or weather, the craters remain well preserved for even centuries and years. In this experiment, we will simulate a crater formation using flour and small toys. So I have a bag of marbles, flour, pie pan. So I put flour in my pie pan, I already poured it. You can sift it. Whoop, I'm already making a mess. You can sift it and kind of make it even. There is already some balls of the flour, but you can mush those if you want to at home. So for the experiment, we're going to cover the bottom of the cookie sheet with flour. Fill the teaspoon with flour, and then you can shake it out. Using the ruler, measure how wide across the spoon is when it has flour on it. I didn't do that because this is just simple. We'll do this. Drop the spoonful of flour onto the tray and measure the size of the crater that is left behind. Now do the same thing with small toys or different shapes and sizes. Vary the height from which you drop the toys. Does the size of the crater change when you drop the items from high or from low? So we're going to try this. I have a huge marble and I have a teeny marble. So here we go. Are we ready? This is from way up high with the big marble. Whoa. This is from way up high with the small marble. There's not much of a mess. I mean, it sprouted out just a little bit. This is why it worked. I'll show you my craters. As you can see, the marbles are in there. They created their own craters, which is what asteroids do to planets. So there's the big one. It's our big crater. And here's our small one. I'm going to try and pull it out without hurting it. Okay, so let me put those back. So we're going to see what happens whenever I drop it from a small level. Are you ready? There's a little bit of one. So there's the big one from a small level. Here's the little one from a small level. It's little. It did a little bit. So this is why it worked. An asteroid or a comet from space hits the moon and it creates a depression or a crater. The crater size and features depend on the mass and velocity and incoming angle of the asteroid or comet. So for variation, to create different layers of material for the craters to form, instead of using just flour and a baking sheet with 4 inches of sand, you can use sand, sugar, rice, oatmeal, and then add 1 to 2 inches of flour. So with a sifter, you can sprinkle it out, or you can even do sprinkles. So you can sprinkle a thin layer also of powdered cocoa on top, just covering the flour. So you can see how much of it goes down into the crater that it creates. Okay, so did you know, fun fact for the day, because the moon is smaller than the planet Earth, it has a weaker gravity field. On the moon, you would weigh about 1/6, which is 16.5% of your weight here on Earth. So kind of like my presumption would be, because I have not been to the moon, would be if I, like, you know how you go swimming in a pool or body of water, you kind of feel lighter, like you're just walking on air, literally. I feel like we would feel like that if we were on the moon, but I'm not for sure about that. Haven't been to the moon yet. But I hope you had fun today in our craters that we created, and I hope to see you all next Monday for Mad Scientist Monday. This is Miss Shirley, and we're going to do our laugh on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. And I hope to see you all next Monday.